Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. It is Saturday, December 10th, and you know what time it is? It's time for Wax Gaming Weekly Recap, where we go through all the information from this past week and any upcoming events over the next week or so and get it to you in 10 minutes or less. This way, you don't have to go through all the Discords, all the announcements, all the Twitter pages to find out what's going on. I try and give it to you as quickly as possible in a nice little recap form. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start off with one that is you should be aware of because I talk about it every single week. Season 5 of Realm completed this past Wednesday, and Season 6 is kicking off next Wednesday, the 14th. To prep for Season 6, they are going to go ahead and do a drop on the 12th. I did a video on this earlier this week that provided all the details, so I'm not going to go too far into it, but they do have a drop that's coming up here. 2 different packs, all in-game, all for our RLM, and a lot of cool things happening in Realm Season 6. The one thing that I did not mention in my video, it was just announced yesterday after I dropped my video, they are adding a great new feature that is a quick switch with leaders. One of the biggest struggles was if you sent missions or sent leaders on missions, those regional leaders could not be switched until all the missions were done. They are fixing that. They are doing quick swaps, so you can go ahead and do basically different builds for your leaders, different alignments. So it's a neat addition that they're adding. Curious how it's all going to work. I love what they do every single season. They listen to the fan base and they make changes for this fan base, which is great. Next on the list, I did a video on this yesterday, Zombie Outbreak Survival. They actually have an event or an update, a launch going on Saturday, December 10th. In the video, I accidentally said the 11th. I got confused with the dates, but it is Saturday, December 10th, which is today. They are going to go ahead and release era number 3. And era number 3 includes the battle mode, which is a strategic effort. And then also it releases the crafting, which is going to be awesome. I'm a big fan of it, so I encourage you to check out my video from them. If you like zombie survival games, this is something you may want to start considering because it's shifting from a clicker to more of a strategic style survival game, and they're going to continue to do that. So big event, big launch happening for them today. Next on the list is Novopangea. We already talked about this probably in nauseam a little bit. Their residential buildings are available in the Novo Hub. They actually should be going live, at least the target is to have them go live on Monday the 12th. So that means you can start putting them in game. It's a big update to the game, and you can start upgrading them. I hope you're preparing for it if you have them. I hope you're saving up your obsidian so you can go ahead and upgrade these. I am doing that. I just wanted to make sure everybody, a little reminder that they're going to be live this coming week. Next on the list, this is Avalon, the game, also known as Avalon The Druids. They are going to be, or they are targeting to launch their alpha at the end of this week, coming 16th, 17th. They're hoping to have everything live for the next weekend. This is great. If you have gold passes, you'll be able to access the game. They're going to basically, for the alpha, they're going to phase it in. They're going to start with the basics so you can get a feel for the game, test a number of things out. And throughout the alpha, they're going to add more and more and more. And by the end of the gold alpha, we'll be able to do the flying dragons and testing those out, which is going to be super fun. I can't wait for that. So go ahead and check that out. Also, if you are interested in this, again, got to do a shout out for my guild. Go ahead and check out the SD guild in the Avalon Discord. Also, feel free to reach out to me. I'll kind of guide you in the direction. We're always looking for gamers. It's a fun little guild, great group of people. All right. Next on the list is Farming Tales. They did their first drop of the new token for New Waxchester, and I always butcher this name, so I won't say it. I'll just highlight it. But it is now, they are dropping this weekly. It's based on your staking of Cest and Cbit, and it drops right to your account. Right now, the only way that you can view it is through Wax Blocks. They have a big update that's coming out here on Monday, which will allow you to see it in game. Plus, they're adding a number of other things, more additions, more fun stuff going on. I love what they're doing in Farming Tales and also New Waxchester. It's gonna be something to watch out for. If you haven't heard of it, come on out under your rock and go ahead and check out Farming Tales. It's gonna be cool. They're bringing a lot of collabs, which is gonna be fun. All right, next on the list. Is castles. They did some changes, some adjustments this week. that I've got mixed emotions about. I understand why they did it. It's to make sure that they can stay above water during these markets. But I'm not necessarily sure. I think they did it the right way. It seems like a lot of microtransactions, which has killed a lot of other non-play to earn things. But I understand why they're doing it, and they're trying to adjust based on how it's working. So they may adjust it, they may not. I don't know. But I just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of this. When you're recharging crafters, it is also going to cost an additional wax in addition to the other requirements to go ahead and recharge. And when you're opening chests now in the dungeon, every chest that you open, there is a minor fee to it from Wax. It's to help them cover the cost for minting, because there are so many chests and so many things that are being minted. They're trying to try and stay in business, really. I'm not going to go any further into it. You make your own judgments on it. I'll continue to contemplate my opinion on it, so we'll move on from there. But I wanted to make sure that you're aware of it. Keep an eye on the Castle's Discord. They have, like I said, they've adjusted here and there depending on feedback and depending on the way it actually works out. So they have been trying to listen to the community as much as possible also. Next on the list is Immersys. They went ahead and launched their decks as far as their swap. Everything's in their Discord. I did want to announce it. It's a cool marketplace that I think you should take a look at. If you're at all into the Immersys game, there's a full description. I'm not going to go through the details here on this, but I wanted to bring it to your attention, especially if you're into Immersys or 3D style games. If you're into 3D style games, check out Immersys. But go ahead to their Discord. You can read all about the Immersys ecosystem on decks. It is now live. Next on the list, this is one that I have not talked about in a while, and I might get a little flack for talking about it. Unlinked. For those of you that have been holding on to your Unlinked NFTs like myself, I feel for you. But the good news is that they are continuing to work on the game, and now they have been going ahead and putting regular updates out there. So they provided on the 2nd, which I guess is about a week ago, they went ahead and provided a full update on the next phase of the game. And then recently they showed the new style. They did mention a number of times that if you do have cards to the existing game, that they're going to do something that allows you to convert them into the new style of cards. Not sure if it's going to be a blend, not sure what it's going to be, but hold on to those. They also did confirm that the distributors are going to be a big part of phase 2 of the game still. That they say that's the lifeblood of the game is those distributors. I went out about a couple months ago and grabbed a few more just because they were cheap and I knew they were still doing the development work. But I wanted to throw this out there because it is a game that I have held on to my NFTs for. The phase 2 that they've sneak peeks that they have provided have looked really cool. So I'm just hanging on to that. So I did want to throw this out there. I'm not saying to go out and buy it. It's still a very speculative style game, but I like the team behind it. I like the style, so that's why I've been holding on to mine, and that's why I wanted to go ahead and put this announcement out there. Next on the list, Waxel World is coming into the Christmas or holiday season, depending on what you celebrate. On the 12th, they're going to kick off an event that's going to go to the 26th. They're also doing a number of other events, collabs with other people. So keep an eye out for those. Keep an eye out for on the 12th. You can should be able to start getting some Christmas stuff when they launch their Christmas event. More to come on that Christmas event. All right, and then we got FGL made it basically as of yesterday. Their season 1 for Outlaw Troopers completed, which is a great milestone for them. So rewards will start going out for that. They're still going to start preparing for season 2. As if you could try and go in the game right now, you're probably going to get in maintenance mode. So they did mention that in the announcement this past week. But it's a cool little game. It's probably my favorite of the 3 games that they have out right now. But I like how they all connect to each other. So go ahead and check that out and get ready for season 2 if you're into Outlaw Troopers. Then we got Dungeon Masters. Just want to quick throw something on this. They have their Season 7 packs available. There's still a bunch available. That's going to be kicking off here shortly, so if you're into that game. And then last but not least, it's been a while since we talked about Funko NFT drops. They announced, in fact, I think it's been almost a month since I've talked about them, just because they haven't been doing drops recently. With the holidays, they do have a new elf. If you're a fan of the Buddy the Elf movie, which I am personally, you may be interested in this one. I don't know if I'm going to go out and get the packs, but it's neat. I do like that their grail, this is a sneak peek that they showed out there, their grail is Buddy the Elf. I'm not sure if he'll actually be sitting on the ice. It would be pretty cool if he's on that little pat, or that little float as he's coming down to North America to find his dad. So that would be neat for there. And I heard rumors that the royalty, which is normally Freddy Funko, it's Freddy Funko dressed up as Buddy the Elf. So that would be a cool one to take a look at, especially if you're a fan of Elf. All right, that is the news for this past week. Go ahead in the comments down below. Let me know if I missed anything or if you have any additional announcements. Also, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's in the Discord or on Twitter. If you have anything that's coming up that you do want me to include, I've been trying to include as much as I can find. I do try and go through all the Discords before I record this to make sure I have the latest and greatest information on good games. So if you're a rug pull and you're trying to get on here, you're not going to happen. But everyone else, I try and get as much information on here as possible. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.